Welcome to BCC Studios. This is Mark Ponzio for the BCC with a special guest, Ryan Kaczynski. You may know him as the voice of Brooklyn Crokinole Club. Ryan, say hello.
Hello.
Great. That was wonderful.
You just said say hello. So,
Yeah. So today we're just doing I guess an audio track for this video. We're producing one of the singles quarterfinals matches between Ryan, my special guest, and Aaron Lewis from the New York Extra Pint Crokinole Club. I just wanted to take a moment to say thanks to Jay and all the great members up at the Extra Pint Club in New York in Voorheesville. You guys run a great event, and we're happy that we could participate. This year, we managed to bring about four guys up to compete, which was like, that was a first, and we all had a great time. So we're gonna get into this match here, and it's Ryan and Aaron quarterfinals. It's a race to seven. Now I can tell you that Ehren is one hell of a player. Ryan's not so good, but Aaron's one hell of a player, and he kicked my ass at least three times. Ryan, I think you've played him a couple of times. How'd you guys do?
I have. I am 2 for 3 against him
Two for three. Oh, that's better than me
in,
by
in
far,
solo.
man.
So,
Wow. Okay, so
and
there's
this is
just
this is one of those three.
yeah, this is the one. Yeah, that's it's still a better record than I have, and he's certainly a very sharp shooter, and he made it into the finals against Darren Van Gameren for this one, right?
Well, I mean, if spoilers abound, then yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. At this point, we're weeks later, so I think it's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, he
Um,
did. It was a good match though. So this is the first round. I mean, I could take you through thought processes and anything that I mean, this is very much I botched that shot clearly.
yeah, I mean, I want to know what you're thinking when you slammed into the peg in your own piece. That's really really important to know. I'm sure all the viewers want to know what happened there too.
Yeah, so I was trying to play through the peg and the disc to
Yes,
try
sir.
and hit his and to try and get play on my board, peel my disc off, and it just didn't pan out, and I took both off. That's why I hit it so hard.
That was another one. You were testing at least three pegs to make sure they were firmly attached to the board there. And
Yep, 100%. No,
it,
I'll take all the guff that I can. It's well deserved at this
well,
stage in the game.
well, you gotta be careful with these starter boards, because like you want to make sure that they're built right. So you test all the pegs. You know what I mean? It's
Well,
important.
if we're being fair,
Yeah.
I did choose this board. I was the
Oh,
higher
okay.
seed in the tournament, so I chose the board. Um, and already we're in the second uh, round.
Yep. Second round.
Second,
Looks like Aaron took the points from the first one.
yep.
And I think that was a little bit of there were a couple of messy shots in that one, I think, on both sides. I think Aaron came up short a few times and you were testing the pegs once or twice, but it was still, you know, that one's over and done on to the next one. Oh
Yep.
God, that was a nice
This one,
shot.
Aaron just nailed that bounce back.
Yeah, that was almost too smooth because that was a tougher shot because it was so far away from the peg too. Like, when you're right up against the peg with the piece, it's a little easier to sort of bounce off of it. But when you have like a centimeter of distance, trying to judge how things will move is a little trickier.
Yeah, and he hit that one perfectly, and I just left him possibly a double takeout, but he gets one off through pegs and leaves it right there. I'm trying to go for a 20 here. It's just not rolling from my side of the board. I think that's something that I noticed in this round that
Some dead spots.
there were a couple of dead spots on this side. In the round of 16, I played on the other side of this very board and won quite handily, um, 7-2 to make it this far.
Yeah, well, that's a good segue. Let's talk about how you did in the event. So how did you come in after well, just to let everyone know in case anyone is watching and not aware, it was a singles tournament. I believe there was 24 people or 24 contestants, and you had to square off against 20, all the other 23 people in the round robin, just to get your seeding, and then after that it was an elimination. So how'd you do in the seeding round?
So in the seeding round, I actually wasn't 100% sure because I've never actually played in a tournament this large before with this many competitors. So, although throughout the first portion of the day, the round robin, facing 23 competitors, I didn't have one single match where I got swept. I had a couple 62s in my favor, a couple 62s not in my favor, but a couple of sweeps that went my way, and um, I wound up being the second seed in this tournament to Eric Mammon from
Right
the
on.
Boston Crokinole Club
Yep.
uh, for the tournament, and I was actually very surprised. Also think that I came in third or fourth for total 20s for
Yeah.
the round
Yeah.
robin.
Yeah, I remember that. You had an excellent day on 20s and I'm surprised you didn't sweep more people because I remember checking in with you a couple of times and thinking like, wow, you're really raking in the points so far and I did not have a great tournament, but we're not here to talk about my failures. So
We'll save that for another day.
save that for another day. Yeah. I mean, I think I came in seventh or something and lost out after one or two matches, um but yeah, Mammon was he's a great opponent. I had a lot of fun playing him, and always do. He's got a casual sort of grace with the game that's infuriating, and he just hits 20s like nobody's business. Um, so yeah, he's definitely a great guy. If you have to sit down with him, a lot of fun to play. And Aaron's a great guy too, though, and he just is on point with his 20s. It's very
Yeah, now we're in the third round. He's already taken the first 4 points, and I'm trying to race him in the 20s, and I just come up short now.
yeah.
But
Hey, I see
I left him some distance there,
you were mentioning that right side was a little drier than the other. Oh wow,
and
he
he
did a
just
nice pull
nailed
down.
it.
Yeah.
He came to play this time, and now trying to make up for, the coming up short, I shoot it a little bit long, and it's still in play, but a little bit dead here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think he played you after just
He
crushing
played,
me. So
yeah,
yeah.
it was either I was going to play you or I was going to play him, and I didn't want either one of those matches, knowing how good both of you are.
Oh, come on, Ryan. You're an excellent player. I mean, you did great up at the Vermont Lake Champlain Open and great in this event, better than I did in this event.
Sure,
I think
I
you have
appreciate the
to
compliment, but nerves tend to get the best of me when it comes to later stages of the tournament because I'm just not used to, and this is kind of a suggestion for anyone
looking to beat you.
who's looking to play competitive crokinole. If you haven't played against better competition, you should because it's going to make you a better player, and you're going to have your wits about you and try to play as strategically as possible. Like the entire day during the round robin, I as many 20s as I got, as many uh, matches that I got, I was playing very defensively,
Yeah.
I think, throughout the day.
Okay. Yeah, that's not something that I could comment on because I've only seen like one or two of your matches from various people's videos, but my point just being, I think you don't give yourself enough credit, Ryan.
I
So,
understand that, and I appreciate that. And here we
but
go.
so
Erin up 6-0.
yeah, well, Aaron was just on a tear. I mean, like
Well, yeah, no, he was on a tear, but I do have the 20s advantage in this round, and he just takes himself out there,
yeah,
giving me
he
another
does
chance. And
occasionally
again,
miss.
just
You can't
roll in
wait
and
for it
out.
much, but it happens.
And does he put the pressure on me again this time?
No, I
But
think you
he
still got
just
hammer
peels it
and
off.
a 20 advantage, so you're doing all right. Oh, there you go. Now it's kind of coffin nails. Yeah, I think he's kind of given up on this round here. Oh, it's impossible at this point.
Yeah. So that round, I was fine. I finally feel like I figured it out uh, going into this round.
Yeah, unfortunately, you left him too much of a lead. Oh yeah, you came up dead again. Yeah, that board must have had a dry side. It just was not. It's not running from your side. Whew.
And now here, trying to play through my disc and get him off and hopefully get a 20, but I instead just kicked myself out.
Yeah, you kind of
Did manage to take out.
you put yourself into a position where all he has to do is keep trading pieces with you. So he's
Yeah.
gonna force you to peel basically, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh man.
So I think in my mind that's why I was coming all the way out there was try to just hit it on the end and get rid of my disc as well. And I couldn't even get rid of his disc.
Oh yeah. Now he's left. Yeah, you have a lot of cleanup to do. You do have 5 shots, though. I mean, there's some time here. Try to follow through, maybe.
Yeah, and the thing is, throughout the day, I made a couple of those type follow through 20s that were like from a good distance. Here, it just wasn't playing the way I wanted to. Here, I'm thinking possibly getting the double.
Yeah, I think I
Just
saw this one. You were trying to maybe put it out against a peg or something. That was a tough shot, though. You're
yeah,
like hoping for a lot with that one disc.
exactly. It was kind of Hail Mary, keep myself in sort of deal, and
Yeah.
there I make the angle in. But
No, it was a great shot. You just have too much work left on the board with the clears, and he's just got to get a
exactly.
20 to get right
So
back
now
in.
I think here Aaron does a little bump and run, gets a 20. Yep.
Yeah. So he pulls himself right back in the lead with an easy shot, and he's just kind of sitting on his hammer. Unless you can get a double clear or another 20, you're kind of in a rough spot.
Yeah, that failed takeout attempt earlier in this round was kind of the hook and the crook of it.
Yeah, I could see that. He kind of left himself a, I don't know, like a safety on the board, so to speak.
Sure.
That, or well, the accident left it in that position. Oh man, there you go. And I don't know, Aaron's gonna take the shot because he can, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Excellent match.
Is it?
Let's jump over to some of the best shots of the round real quick. Take a look at those.
I mean, I could blame the board all I want, but that there, that
That's
shot
a good
there
shot.
was when I knew that I was in deep trouble.
I think that was pretty early too. That was like the second
And
round.
that was very early.
Yeah. Getting some nice takeouts. Yeah. I mean, defensive play is kind of the way to go. It's sustainable over the long term. Being aggressive constantly for like, 10 hours or 6 hours or whatever play is, it's just not practical.
Yeah.
So, playing your game and doing it solidly is the best way to do it.
But hey, there
But,
it is. I
yeah,
mean,
that's it. And,
kudos to Aaron for making it. He made it all the way to the finals against Aaron, and totally an honor to lose to him. Always an honor to play against him, and it really feels good to play against top competitors like he is. So
yeah, he and Darren were. It was a great match too. I mean, the two of them were very tight, and Darren has that sort of slow, like very steady, very straight game where he doesn't try to do anything too crazy, and he just sort of slowly beats you. It's very frustrating. And Aaron's just a point man with those 20s, and he got great control after his shots, and it was just two very top level competitors. And I think Aaron's gone up to Canada a few times and made it into maybe the B pool or the A pool once or twice. I don't really follow all the Canadian NCAA events, but I know he's done pretty well up there. And Darren's just getting started. He's only like what, a year or two into the game at this point. But of course, I think he's really high up on the NCAA rankings right now, even. Um, Darren was down in Charleston, which was great. It was really great to get a chance to see him and play against him again. He's a nice, very very pleasant guy. Lots of fun to hang out with, just like the whole Crokinole community. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. And I was glad to have a minute just to go over this match. And thanks a lot, and we'll be more matches to come. Our next club event's going to be next week, and don't forget, at the end of September, the BCC will be putting on a singles tournament of our own. That'll be September 27th. More videos and infos coming out, and we're getting there. So keep your eyes peeled on our club, and thank you so much for joining me, Ryan.
absolutely no problem. Thank you for having me.
Take it easy.